Ooh. I'm like, you didn't know the Lord was with me, did you? You didn't know he was like, you was with me like that, did you?
Said it was AI generated. Anyways. All right, ready?
Ready to go? Mm-hmm.
I didn't drink no water. This whole time they got water, didn't drink.
I didn't drink none either, because I was over there running my mouth.
You see, it's your fault.
So there you go, man. Every time we get on these live shows, you gotta start stuff.
I almost choked.
That's probably the Lord telling me.
It's the Bishop, and we are glad to be back one more time.
One more time.
And we are here at our live show.
Yes.
Guess how live we are?
Best thing in the world.
They're not even getting paid to do that.
No.
Isn't that something? They just free will. So sweet. We appreciate everybody that has joined us on our live today. We hope that you enjoyed the last episode.
Yes.
And not only did you enjoy it, but you also told somebody else about it. And that's why you're here for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they are too, because it's a ripple effect.
It's a ripple effect.
Yes, that part. Anyway, so today, we, again, from a conversation we were having, today we want to talk about education. Education. In other words, we're talking about the future.
Mm-hmm.
And the issues in education. Now, I myself worked in the schools for 8 years. And I worked in the special needs class. I worked with a young man that has spinal bifida. Matter of fact, I worked across the street at good old Farrington Grove. And I also worked at Sarah Scott Middle School. And I loved working with young people. I loved it. But I didn't like a lot of the politics that came along with it. It's a different day in the schools. I don't know if you have any children or grandchildren in the school. It's a totally different day. Some of the stuff that you see on the news, it worries me to hear about how many suicidal kids we have. How many people that are bringing in weapons to school. And in my mind, I'm thinking, did we do this stuff? I don't remember. I just don't remember all of this. We didn't have metal detectors.
No.
It's just like, I don't even remember the school counselor that much.
No.
I don't even know if we had a school counselor, but it's like now you have to have 3 or 4 of them because there's just so much going on. These kids nowadays, it's just different. But my major concern is our education. After we had COVID come through, they said the scores and everything for our children are going down. We have classrooms for the longest that were teaching cursive handwriting that stopped teaching. So now these kids don't even know how to write their own signature or read cursive. So in other words, if you write something in cursive, it's foreign to them.
You know, this was so crazy to me because I seen it on Facebook. A guy wrote up, came up to people and asked them in public, college kids, and he wrote the word out pizza in cursive. They could not tell them for the life what that word was because they could not read it. I'm sitting there looking like I'm yelling at the phone. It's pizza. Like, he got you don't see that. They call these letters all. I mean, they seen an L in there, an E. I'm like, where does an L in there? I'm so serious. I said, this is a shame.
It is. But it was a gap in there where and I don't know if they do it today or if they have went back to it. But I know it was a good season where they stopped it. And I'm like, whose good idea was them to stop teaching kids how to write their signatures? You still got to write a check. Hello. Or nowadays, everything is trying to be online. You still need to know how to write your name. And it's just like, man, that frustrates me because I'm like, you are handicapping these children. You are messing them up to where they are going to be dependent on somebody else to teach them how to do something where they should have been able to do it years for themselves. Yeah. And that frustrates me. And who is making these rules? Yeah. And a lot of times when we would find out stuff in the schools and it would irritate the mess out of me, y'all pray for me. It was people that did not work in the classroom. Right. People making the laws for the classrooms that don't work in the classroom, that don't work with children, but that sounds like a good idea. And so we're going to go. It's like throwing stuff up against the wall, seeing if it works. No, you got people's lives at stake. Yes. And you just doing anything willy-nilly and you hope it works. And you cutting budgets and all this other stuff. But you know what's best for these kids. And all these tests. Oh my goodness. I step, you step, I learn, you learn, we learn. I ain't going to learn. I quit. You know what I'm saying? All these different, And this is supposed to tell you how smart these children. What about the children that are not good at taking tests? Yeah. Because if we tell the truth, even if we poll this room right now, how many of y'all were good at taking tests? I didn't like taking tests. You know what I'm saying? It made me nervous. I had anxiety. Yeah. And so it's just like you can't sit there and say how smart somebody is because they couldn't pass that test. Yeah. But, I got two things that I want to bring up. I seen where somebody showed a picture of a tree and they had these different animals and they said the test was to climb the tree. Well, they showed these animals. They had a fish, they had a monkey, they had a dog, they had a bird. They said, now, which one of them are dumb? Because they couldn't climb the tree. And I thought to myself, oh, well, that kind of puts it in perspective because all these are animals and all of them are capable of different things, but all of them can't climb that tree. And all of them gonna climb a different way. Some of them gonna climb it efficient, some of them gonna climb it slow, some of them can't climb it at all. So who's to say that the fish is not smart because the fish couldn't climb the tree, where the fish ain't designed to climb the tree. Yeah. So he's not made to climb the tree. But that's just one issue. My other issue is that I cannot stand that we don't pay our teachers. Ooh. Ooh. We don't pay our teachers good enough to me. I'm sorry. I'll put it out there. These teachers deal with a lot. I'm sorry. Look, with the way some of these kids act and the way some of these parents carry on. Thank you, Jesus. The fact that we sitting here got somebody making decisions on classrooms that ain't dealing with the classroom issues and then making decisions on how much you should get paid, but you getting paid $100,000. Yeah. Get mad at me all you want, City Hall. I'm just telling the truth. No, it ain't City Hall. It's the states. It's the state. Yeah, City Hall, whatever you want to call it. These teachers, in my opinion, are not getting paid enough for what they have to deal with and some of the stuff they go through. Because guess what? Whatever baggage you send your kid in there with, more than likely them teachers are taking it home with them, right, and dealing with it, and have to wonder, okay, now how am I going to teach this child? This child don't know how to do this because I'm not getting any help from the parents' kids. I mean, the kids' parents. And now how am I going to take care of this? How am I going to carry this on? And I just don't think we're thinking about these teachers as much as we should be thinking about it. Man, you want to talk about bullseye. Hey, there is no way in life these sports people and all these other people should be making so much money. Mm-hmm. And the people that taught them how to get there make so little. All right. I taught you how to do that. Mm-hmm. I taught you how to count them coins. Mm-hmm. And I can't even get a coin. Yeah. And they have to spend their personal money. Oh yeah. To get stuff for their classrooms and all this other stuff. And I know personally because my mother is a teacher. Mm-hmm. Currently a teacher. And I see it, and I'm just like, oh, that's just so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
How, the teachers shouldn't have to worry about nothing.
But coming in and teaching
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't worry. And you know, little Johnny is a problem child. Mm-hmm. Make sure little Johnny has somebody with him to help him, because the teacher is trying to work with the rest of the class. And they have it where they can bring in aides and assistants to help them. But all of a sudden the budget is cut. Mm-hmm. And now, we just going to throw little Johnny in there, and, he's going to disrupt the whole classroom while you're trying to teach. Mm-hmm. And so then that makes the teacher look bad, because I can't teach them the test stuff because I got to focus on little Johnny. And that is just, to me, so, because I've been in the room with little Johnny. And I look at little Johnny and I talk to my teeth. And I say, Johnny, sit down. And Johnny looked like, oh. I said, sit down, Johnny. And Johnny looked at me and say, you look like you lost. So I'm going to go over here and sit down. Thank you, Johnny.
Look here, man. Look, teachers are special people.
Sure. Yes,
and I know for a fact the Lord did not call me to be a teacher. I know He did. But what? Because, man, there's some of these things I be seeing on Facebook, and these kids be standing up calling themselves going to hit these teachers.
Oh, Jesus, no.
I said, you know how quick I look at them and go, stay right there. You're not going, They be mad. They be out here hitting on these teachers, doing stuff to them, cussing them out. And I just be thinking like, man, if that was me back in the early 90s.
Oh, Jesus.
And I would have cussed at my teacher like that. I think my mom would have been still beating me today.
It wouldn't be no division honest.
So what? You can see her be here, be still whooping me, could go on with your show. She be still hitting me. Yeah, it's just some of the stuff that we let these students get away with.
But catch this. What about when the student is in the wrong and the parent side with the student?
Yeah, that's irritating too.
My baby would never. We got your baby on camera. He was holding up cards to say what he was saying, and you don't believe. Mm-hmm. So, and some of them think it's cute. Oh God, help me. Mm-hmm. They think it's cute, that they cuss at home, cuss around their children. They make children come to school and they cuss. That's not nothing bad. I thought they were really doing something. Well, maybe these other children don't have homes where they cuss. Mm-hmm. And maybe their parents wouldn't like them coming home with these words. So how about you teach your children how to speak good English, and not this other stuff, because it's unacceptable. You're not going to do this at a job, and if you do, I don't know what kind of job you're working, but we're trying to train these young people how to live the proper kind of life. And the proper kind of life is you can't say what you want to say, do what you want to do. There is law and order and ways to do stuff, and we're trying to teach you that. Yeah. And just because you want to be disruptive and you want your seed to be disruptive, don't mean that's acceptable in these classrooms.
Oh my goodness, yes. Because I'm tell you, look, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. My parents them cussed around me, but I knew I better not cuss around no adult. If I I can't even describe what would happen to me if I said something like that. Now, amongst my peers, my friends, yeah, we cussed like Satan because we thought we was grown. But man, ain't no way I'm saying no words in front of no grown up.
I was too scared. I want to see, because my mama, she prays. I'm so serious.
And I can attest to her prayer. Man, look here.
I was scared, man. I was scared that the Lord would show her. I'm gonna tell you what. Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick story. So one time it was this girl. I ain't gonna say her name because she might be watching. And so I was bothering her. I really was. I bothered her all day long. I just bothered her. Went to school that day, just bothered her. I know the teacher ain't called. My mother came out the room one day and she said, "Who is that girl you've been bothering?" I looked. She said, "Who is the girl you be bothering?" I said, "What you think?" I'm thinking, who called? I'm looking at the call ID. You ain't called. I said, oh, her name is.
She said, because you can't lie.
And she said, because the Lord showed it to me in prayer. I said, the Lord a snitch. Snitching on me. So I was scared. I was scared to cuss. You know, the only time I think I ever cussed was one time. I was so special. I was walking outside in our complex one day, and I said, Lord, I want to tell you all the stuff that these bad people be saying. And so I went down the whole list of words. Lord, they said this, and they said this. Somebody probably walked up. That's what's wrong with you? Nasty mouth little boy, you know? Because I was just telling, I was talking to, I was cussing at the Lord, telling him all the words that I had heard. That was the only time. I just never felt I was too scared. Because if I just didn't think I was
blessed. Because when I got saved, I'm telling you, the Lord had to take that coal off the altar and put it on my tongue. When I tell you, but I did not do that in front of grown-ups, man. I don't know what it is today.
Sure.
But these parents today, they just don't seem to care. I'm like, even to this day, if I cussed, I would not cuss around my mom.
Oh.
And I cuss around my grandparents. Why? So they can slap me back 10 years? No, man, I'm not. No.
It's respect.
I don't even say dang. And because my mom knew used to tell that's too close to that.
Yeah,
you know
that's too close. Yeah.
Man, we used to. I remember even when we was playing with our parents, I could not say, "Mama, you a liar."
Oh God, no!
We'll get knocked across.
You say bitch.
Now, when I say knock across the room, I ain't talking about you gonna beat me like that, but it's just an expression. But yeah, I would get the hands if I would have told
People
my
don't
mom.
get knocked across the room. Let's just be real. If you say come up Disney, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know these. I see kids today, and I mean they just don't have that same respect that we had, and I don't know where it turned, where it went wrong. I gotta blame the parents, but like I see kids in grocery stores. They left this, and I be looking over like, what's going on? I mean, they be not even in their teenage years, and I be looking like, boy, you talking like that? Girl, what's wrong with you? Why would you say that? I don't know when it took a bad turn, but it took a bad turn somewhere.
I think because some of these parents want to be their kids' friends. I love my son. He ain't my friend. You know what I'm saying? We'll never be friends.
And I be quick to tell him.
You're my son. And I love you forever. And I'm always going to be, I'm not your friend. I'm not my mother's friend. I'm her son.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we'll laugh, we'll do all that stuff. We could go but I'm forever going to be her son. And I think when you try to cross that line, and we become friends will say anything around friends. I'm not going to say anything about my mom. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. And when you cross that line, it's just a dangerous place. Yeah. And so because I want to be popular with you, I want you to like me, and I don't know if I want to feel younger or what, I'm just going to let you say whatever. We're going to go out and drink together. We're going to go out. I wish I would. Drink what? We barely drinking lemonade. And I'm gonna go out here and get an alcoholic beverage? No, we're not doing that. I'm grown. I just have too much. I guess the respect is down in me so strong. It's just certain things I want to do, certain things I want to say. But in this generation, it's just not there.
We got a delusion in this age, man, and it's been around for a long time. We think adulthood means that I can do these things and I can say these things and I can act in these certain ways. And just because we become adults don't mean that now I'm old enough to engage in this. There's no age. What age can you put on being an alcoholic? You can't. What age can I put? Can you put on when I'm gonna get addicted to drugs? You can't. And it's not and that's just the I don't want to say curse, but it's just the thing that we picked up that I got to be grown enough to do this. And it's never a certain age where I'm grown enough to be in sin. Let's just put it that way. There's no age that I'm grown enough to be in sin. And we've, I remember as a kid all the time we would hear, boy, don't you talk like that. You ain't grown enough. Well, when do I get grown enough to cut somebody out? You know what I mean? Don't, boy, put that bottle down. You ain't grown enough. When do I get grown enough to start to get into alcoholism? Like, what's the age requirement? I know the state gave you an age requirement, Right. But what age requirement is for me to get into alcoholism? To smoke marijuana? What's the age requirement? You know what I mean? So I think it's just a thing that we pass down culturally that when I become an adult, then I can engage in certain things that I couldn't when I was a kid. It's like, no, we shouldn't engage in it at all.
Amen. That's good.
And for some reason, the age is getting younger and younger and younger. And now these 13-year-olds out here talking like they grown, and these parents are co-signing with them. And that's my baby, and I'm so proud. And really, it's a lot of parents that are being bad examples to these children, and these children think because my mama is doing that and it's acceptable in my house, I mean it's acceptable everywhere, and that's not the case. We got to get back to a place where respect is a real thing. Respect is the number one thing. Respect each other's spaces, boundaries, ears. You know, we got to get back to that, and it got to happen in these schools. Yeah, we got to get parents that really want to see their children succeed. And I think a lot of, especially when I met some of them, the parents that had issues in school themselves. And so, because now Johnny is having issues in school, the first thing you want to do is blame the teacher, because they told me the same thing when I was younger. So, you used to hit too. Yeah. And so now Johnny's hitting too, and so he getting and so you don't see nothing wrong with this. Everything is okay. Well, you know, sometimes you need to get it out. Go put him in a boxing club. He can't come in here hitting other kids. Yeah. And then he don't get no consequence for it. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of these parents don't want their kids to get consequences. Yeah. You know, I don't feel it's fair. What everybody else get? No. It wasn't about everybody. What did your son do? What did your daughter do? And what are you gonna do about them fulfilling this consequence? They used to make us write. You remember you said to write?
Oh my goodness, yes.
I will not do this. And you got to write it 100 times. So I would make that long line. Will, and then make a long L. Yep. And then the teacher got smart every other line. Yep. So I don't like you.
I showed you.
Paddles. Yeah. Oh, guess what we used to get paddled in school? Well, that's corporate punishment now. That's corporate punishment. You cannot hit children.
But you know what, man? It kept us in line. It kept us in line, though, when it all boiled down to it. Because I knew if I got a paddle at school for doing something wrong, more than likely my teacher going to call my parents' house, and I'm getting in trouble there. We understood the ripple effect.
The ripple.
We understood that if I act up here, it's more likely I'm going to get in trouble here, then I'm getting in trouble there, and then my dad or my grandpa gonna come home late, and then my mama gonna be fussing at them about what I did, and he gonna get mad all over again after dealing with a frustrating day, and then he gonna whoop me out of my sleep, and then I'm gonna get it again. So we understood consequences, man, and I think a lot of our children today just don't understand consequences. That if you do this, more likely you gonna get that. It may not happen each and every time, but you keep on down there, down that road, and guess what? Somebody gonna get you back.
It's the if-then clause.
There you go.
If you do, then you get.
Yeah. There you go.
And I learned that years ago. If-then, you know. I remember one time I met in school. You know, I was trying to be a sanctified child, but it didn't always work. And so,
I think you got to interview mother and talk to her on whether or not she was trying to be sanctified.
She was speaking highly of me. Anyways. But I had it, and I'll call her name out. Her name was Miss McIntosh. Miss McIntosh had a mother that worked in the schools too. Mother McIntosh, that's what we called her. She was a mean woman. Anyways, Mother McIntosh, she was old school. She was old school. Because in first grade, I had a friend named Abel, and he said something. We was laughing or something. She said, "Sit down." And he sat down. She said, "Roll up your pants leg." We all looked like, what? Roll your pants leg. Roll up your pants leg. And he rolled up his little short pants leg. She took a ruler. What? And we were all like, A, B, C, D, E. And we all looked at Abel like, are you able to get up? But anyway, so her daughter was a substitute for me in fourth grade. And so I was just feeling loose and free, not forgetting who her mama was. And I was talking too much. And if I ever had an issue in school, it was talking too much. I don't know where I get that from. But anyway, she told me, she said, how much of your work did you get done? Spelling. But you're supposed to do social studies, math, all this other. You're supposed to have this all done by now. Okay. She said, so what I did was,
What you mean what you did? What?
she said, I called your mother.
Oh, Lord.
Why? What did you, okay, all right. So what did you do? Your mother said if you had any homework, you was gonna have a problem.
Oh, Lord.
That sounds like her. So I ain't talked to nobody the rest of the day. I mean, I ain't talked to the lunch lady. I didn't go on recess.
I got to get this work done.
Do you understand? I was so focused, I could take a college exam right there and passed it. Because I knew if I was home and I had something to do,
it was going to be a slow walk.
oh, it was the longest walk. I don't want to go home. What's wrong with you? Nothing. I don't want to go home. But you know what? I knew I should have done better.
Yep.
And so I really believe that when you hold your child accountable, when you really hold them accountable, they will respect that and they will do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now, there are some kids that have a few issues. I get that. All of them don't.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't try to use excuses for why you just let your child have bad behavior.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable, especially when it's affecting other people's children.
Yeah.
You know, and so, yeah.
Some of the conversations make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have had to have uncomfortable conversations with my children, but that's why I'm like, I refuse to let you be this person, and I know you could be better.
That part.
And
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is at times. But to go back to his point about calling mamas, do you know how grateful I was at times when my mama couldn't afford that phone bill? And I knew it. She said, I'm going to call your mom. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you can't call my mom. Because our phone is off. But then they start pinning them letters to that shirt.
That's good.
Then they started pinning them letters to that shirt. Brand new shirt. You're going to stick this whole safety pin through it. This safety pin about this big. You're going to stick it through my shirt. Send me home with that note on my shirt. And if your mama don't get it, I'm going to show up to the house. And I knew that was 10 times worse. If a teacher show up to your house.
Oh, God, no.
So I said, I got to take this. But man, no, some of this stuff I see some of these kids do, and I don't be in the actual classrooms. I'm just saying, like, I see, like, you know, you go through Facebook and you see some of these things happen. It's just like, this can't be real, man. Can't be real. I mean, swinging on teachers, that man, oh my goodness, swinging on a teacher, that's good as death.
I had one of my kids, and like I said, I was working with one child, but one of the other kids walked up to me and got real close to my face. I'm thinking, well, what are we about to do? And he said, you any word. Is that what we're doing today? You woke up and chose violence. You know? And it's just like, now I have to find a way to correct your behavior and tell you or show you that that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
You know, where did you see that was cool?
Yeah.
That you think you can walk up to me and just say that? And the question is that's what's happening at home?
Yeah.
And you brought it here and thinking you're going to be able to do. These are the things that have to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And that's why it is important for us to make sure that we are the proper examples, because we don't know who's watching us.
Yeah. True.
You know, we don't know. These children across the street, they may, you know, see us walking somewhere, and just from just looking at us, they're like, something about them is different that I like.
Yeah.
That I want to model myself after them. You know, there was a young man, because, you know, I am the oldest of my mom's children. There was a young man that I saw at my middle school, and I don't know, I just looked at him, he just seemed like a cool dude. And I would see him every day after school, and he would just be standing by the wall. And for some reason, I said, I would like to be like him. ring until he pulled a cigarette out and started smoking. And I looked at him. And I thought to myself, this is me being five or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And I no longer want to, tend to be my example. We don't know who's watching us.
Yeah.
We don't know. And so that's why we have to be always on guard at our jobs, in the school, wherever we are. We always have to be an example because, again, we don't know who's looking at us.
Yeah. And just a side note, I think that with what these teachers have to deal with today, and the principals and all all that the staff have to deal with, to me it shows that it's a passion, more so than it is, well, I'm getting this check and I'm getting out of here. Because with some of these things that we see them deal with, you know it got to be a passion, a show of year after year after year after year, and it get worse and worse and worse. And and I'm telling you, from what I've seen, these teachers carry a lot, and for us to sit there and cut budgets where they don't give the money they was making 10 years ago is just, to me, is unbelievable.
It is.
And from the Bishop and I show our heart to yours. Thank you, teachers.
Thanks.
For everything that y'all do, and all the staff that's in our school systems. Thank y'all for what y'all do. We appreciate it. Keep doing your best. We know it's hard, but keep doing your best. And I know you don't get that thank you and that appreciation as much as you should, but from the Bishop and I show, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we give it up for our teachers here today?
Now, we do got a teacher in the room.
Do we? Oh, yeah.
Would I be wrong?
I want to see what's going to come up.
Or would I be wrong?
Go ahead. I'm going to scoot over them.
But I got to ride home with it, though.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm scared. I'm scared. But if the teacher that's in the room wouldn't mind coming up front, just for a moment, sitting in this red chair that's over by ours, give us a little perspective on what you deal with in the schools. And she knows she ain't walking. And she's still like, okay, I think she's starting to move. And so while we wait, just make sure that if you want to donate to the Bishop and Oz, you $DABIZHOP.
Just spell out
And that's right. Yes. And,
all one word.
Yes. But again, education. And another person that's going to get up here and talk with us after we get this teacher is the pastor of this church, because I need to discuss some stuff with him as far as education too. So I need him to get his mind right, because he'll be up here next. Just to let him know in advance.
You gotta introduce this.
Well, I'm about to do that. I'm just saying, I just had to let the next person know that they're gonna be up here too.
Okay.
So I don't want them to be too comfortable sitting in the back over there. All right, I'm just saying. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the mother of the bishop. Yes, they call her the mother of the bishop. Not in the school, but I'm just saying. But this is Miss Mary Thomas. Let's welcome her. Yes. She is an educator